is dance to me? I remember as a kid, I thought dance was like a superpower. I would see people do it on TV. I would think, that's unnatural. That's not possible. And then I started doing it. It was something I wanted to progress in, and started learning wherever I could. Looking at videos, being around dancers that were 10 times better than me and learning from them, picking up their skill. And it was becoming a power to me. It was becoming something great. I liked the way I moved up the rank. And as I grew up, it started to become a part of me. It started showing, my true character started showing. And that's when things started changing for me. I started going out more. I started showing my skills. I wanted people to see my face. And I got to a point in my life where I stopped dancing. I kind of slowed down. I started getting older. I started worrying about other stuff, girls, clothes, cars, hobbies, all types of stuff that we tie ourselves up and do every day. And it started to fade away. I started losing it. And I felt it. I felt it when I started going out and people were doing better than me. And I was thinking to myself, man, I gotta get back on my game. I feel like I'm losing a part of me. It started disappearing, started dissipating. I didn't know what to do. So like all others, I looked for things, alternatives that would deal with dance, but that wouldn't completely deal with dance. Get into music, DJing. Doing whatever I could to stay in the scene, if you will. Go out to the clubs, all the clubs. Wherever there was music, I was there. Me and music were next to each other. Holy matrimony. And then it started getting old. Nobody would show up. The dancers that were showing up, they weren't dancing. They were waiting on other dancers to show up. It was all about what everybody else was doing. Nobody was showing their true power. It was just something to do at that time. And I wonder, I always think, like, whatever happened to all the dancers I grew up seeing? The ones that were role models to me, that were influential. They made me want to better myself. They made me want to become who I am right now. Nobody, I think, but better than who I was, better than who I could have been. And I always think, like, what if I could relive that chance with them again? What if they're still out there, still wanting to dance? They still got those superpowers tucked up under their belt. What if they're watching me now? What if I'm the one that's a big influence on them? I'm hoping that's happening because I want them to show themselves again. I remember You Got Served came out, and that's all I could watch. That's all I would watch. Watching the crews battle for cash and stuff like that. And the rank and the respect and the brotherhood. And it made me want to keep dancing. That's what drove me to want to go on. And that's why I started this whole club facing thing to bring out the old dancers, the old superheroes that just show up and kill the scene. So I'm encouraging you to come out, to show yourself, to prove to those who still believe in the old school St. Louis, if you will, that dancing, or the dancers still exist, and that they're not dribbled away and gone off the skate king.